Hey guys, welcome back. We are near Melmond because the next dungeon is right off the coast of it. I actually had to find the boat again to get to it. This is the Lifespring Grotto, and there's a mermaid outside saying the water flowing from the grotto is pure once more. Who knows, maybe I'll fall in love with a man and come to live here. That's weird that she'd want to fall in love with a man, but it's weird that she has a masculine voice. Anyways, because of this dungeon has 20 floors, which is twice as many as the last one, and because of that, whenever I reach a floor, I'm going to go ahead and find the map for it. Like, I'm going to pause and do it off screen. But here we have the library. There are a bunch of scholars saying things about finding information, and there are a few chests. The library is actually split. Like, there's an orange side and then there's a blue side, kinda, and we can sneak through these tables. And yeah, normally there's a chest down here. You ever seen a ghost? The reason why they appear remains a mystery, is what that scholar said. There's a chest that should appear down here, but again, the chests are a bit random, so sometimes they don't. And these guys all say vaguely intelligent things. I say vaguely. But there are no encounters like enemies here, just NPCs getting in our way. Luckily, it's not as bad as the patrol level in the Hellfire Chasm. Little fun factoid, the final bosses in this game are the strongest in the entire game, even stronger than the ones in the next dungeon, which is scary to think about. But, we're still going to do this first because it's the next progressive one. Oh god, this NPC keeps getting in our way. And we found some gil, I think. But you can see the staircase up in the top right of here right now. We just got to make our way around to get to it. And past all these smart guys. So we should be there in just a second. There's just this guy who's... We've got to get him out of our way. There we go. If only I could find a way to create adamantite, I'd be rich. Ooh-ho-ho-ho-ho. And this floor is one of many different water caverns. There are like, I think, 5 or 6 in this dungeon. In fact, I actually needed a little extra time to find out where I was. And even then, I wound up getting into an encounter with some Sahagin queens, which are new, but not exactly difficult to fight. They're just white. And they're just, like, you know, reskins of previous enemies like every other enemy in these dungeons. And after they attack, we should just be pretty quick about, you know, a little bit of shock and awe. And yeah. So if the other 2 dungeons were indicative of this, the bosses in this dungeon are taken from Final Fantasy V. And I haven't actually played 5 at all. I have it on PS1, along with 6. It's the anthology collection that I have, but I've just never gotten around to touching them. I got an X potion there, by the way. And, yeah, that's about it. We're just gonna find all the chests on this water floor, and hopefully make it to the next water floor. And the next one. And the next one. And the next one. There are a lot of encounters in this map. Luckily, I don't have to worry about that right now, because, well, I recorded this yesterday, or the day before that, or something. I don't know. I don't remember when I recorded it, but the staircase, you could see it over a few seconds ago, but there's still some more chest potentials, and we went the wrong way. Because I thought we could get through that little single pixel, but we couldn't. So we gotta go around the longer way. And, yeah. There's actually one encounter here against some pythons that was kind of funny. I don't remember when I ran into them, but it's an ambush. And I think it's this one, yeah. We get ambushed, and they all just kind of run away. We get 1 experience. Yeah, that's some quality Python work. Pythons, you guys really scared me. And there are a few levels on this map that are rather tedious. And actually, yeah, the 3rd floor was another water map, but this is more of like a water town. Like, there are a lot of buildings. And obviously there are going to be a few chests. I think you could see one in the right before we exited the building. In the room to the right of this one that has gil in it. But in that one, I don't even know what's... There is a speed plus. That's an item that raises our speed. Basically, like, it increases our base speed stat. Much like the Soma Drop increases magic and the Silver Apple increases health. So what I did here was I actually went ahead and checked which character has the lowest speed stat. And I hit the wrong button, but it was our white mage. So in a fit of irony, we're going to be giving speed to a guy named Coffee. I'll let you think about that for a second. That can't be good for his, what do you call it, endocrine system. Is that the right one? I don't even know anymore. Whatever, we're gonna keep going through. And keep on skipping battles, and keep on, you know, gaining experience, and eventually health and levels. I think actually for this, well, one thing that's interesting, another thing about the bosses in this level, is that the 5th floor is a boss, and the 10th floor is a boss, and then the 20th floor is the last 2 bosses. So you still have to go through this dungeon twice to fight everything, even though you're fighting 2 of the bosses twice, which is kind of lame, but I'm not gonna complain too much because, you know, they're neat encounters. And yeah, I think we got all the chests in this map. All we have to do is get to the staircase up here, and the next map is the castle. This is a very frustrating map. You see the little white squares up here? Basically, they are invisible platforms, and if you step off of them, you get transported back to the middle. I'm actually turning off the dash button, much like I did with the patrol map, because this is just a pain to deal with. Much like the library, there are no random encounters on this map, but it's difficult because you kind of have to, you know, take your time and wait for the little flashes to appear, and then get to the chests that are inevitably going to be empty. So this map is going to take a second. I should have really thought about, like, speeding up the footage here, but honestly, I don't know how to do that with my current setup. I don't even know if my current editing software can easily, and I just missed, so good example. It's going to happen a couple more times. I'm actually going to skip past one of them at least, because I know it's going to just be useless, but here I'm just going to show off real quick. Well, not even real quick. Also, it has the same castle music from earlier towns, which is nice. And yeah. This is going to take a while, because yeah, I just have to keep biding my time. I mean, at least it's not NPCs getting in my way like the last map. You know, it's if I just stop for a second, I'm okay. But with the other map, I had to really watch out for encounters. And this is the only other chest on the left side of the map with a power plus, which raises strength. And we're just gonna basically fall off the edge again, because warping back to the middle is quicker than walking through the path, because we have to go this way anyways to take the top route, to go to the right, and then down. But geez, this is, I know it doesn't sound like much now, but when I was playing it was kind of nerve-wracking, because I didn't want to fall off and lose all my progress, especially considering how many chests there are on this map, because this map has, I think, 10 chests. Every other one has a maximum of 5, but this one always definitely has 10. So it's worth it to check out, because it has items that you can't find anywhere else. Also, the items are randomized depending on which floor you run into the castle at. So, like, because I'm running into this on floor 4, I have a certain amount of items that I wouldn't normally, I guess. Like, there are some items, obviously, I can't hold any more of, because I have 99. But, yeah. Damn, this is weird. This whole map is, like, just weird in general, like a floating castle with invisible platforms. Who came up with this? Is there something like this in Final Fantasy V? I hope not, because when I have to play that, it's gonna just be worse. Anyways, yeah, we're just working our way around. Now I'm really worried about that, because eventually, way down the road, like months, maybe even a couple years later, I'm gonna be playing that game, Final Fantasy V. And yeah, I don't want to run into some sort of floaty castle. And this has a dry ethers are nice. They're magic. I don't like having to, like, I don't like the tedious maps really in these dungeons, and they're only in the bonus dungeons. Like, it's not difficult, it's not challenging, it's just there to basically make you waste time, you know? What's the point? Answer me, viewer! What is the point? Please leave a comment telling me what the point is, because I really don't know. Oh, an emergency exit, I haven't talked about that yet. We actually have, I think, at least one more in our inventory. It's an item that basically lets us leave any dungeon. Just like, boop, just warp out. And it's really useful if you want to, you know, warp out of dungeons. And there's a staircase, but we're going to avoid it for now because there are a few, I think at least one more chest that we can find. And I just want to grab it for the sake of grabbing it. Maybe that's part of why I don't like these maps, because I'm like a hoarder. I'm picky about what I grab. And yeah. So, this is a painful part, because I remember what happens. Yep, I accidentally misclicked. Actually, fun fact, I just skipped ahead a little bit. I mean, you probably could tell by the music, but I fell once, and then I tried again, and then I fell again. So I just skipped out that entire section of failure, because I saw no reason to put it in, you know? So, you're welcome, I guess? But this time we're taking the lower path, because we can sneak around that way without having to go up through all the mess above. And honestly, there is a segment that's just pretty much a straight line. We even played with the run button a little bit there. See, like, we're just kind of tapping it to speed up. And I'm rechecking the map here because I wanted to see if I had to go up. And yeah, this is just a nice little southern path. And it should be pretty easy from here to get to the, the next room. But, considering how long this map takes to do compared to everything else, I'm gonna do the boss level, because the next stage is the 5th floor and it's gonna be a boss. And we went through all this for some Hermes shoes. I don't even know what they do, but we're gonna basically tackle the boss on the 5th floor in the next episode, because, well, honestly, that room in itself is kind of a little bit tedious. There's a lot of back and forth talking to NPCs and stuff, and we're getting pretty close to the end here. We just gotta work our way north, or up. I don't even know if it's north anymore. My sense of direction is gone. I mean, we're moving up, but is it north? Because I know the way this map works is everything's all twisty. There's the exit, so next time we're gonna take on the boss. See you then, guys. Take care.